Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Ben Brady with eXp Realty, and I was running by this house just now, and it reminds me of a video I want to share with you. And note, this house here has been for sale by owner for over a year.
Okay, guys. First, let me say, I don't know what is going on with PowerPoint, but it's driving me nuts. I've tried to record this video so many times, and every time I save it, it goes somewhere on my computer and I can't find it again. So this is like the 10th time I'm trying to do this PowerPoint. So I'm going to be a little frustrated. I'm going to go through it a little fast, okay? First things first. The first thing that I like to ask for sale by owners is how much free time do they have to deal with all the key people involved with selling a home. Unless you're dealing with a cash buyer that's ready to close immediately, you're gonna have to deal with all these other people that you see in this list right here, from the agents to attorneys, inspectors, termite companies, buyer lenders. You have time for all that? I don't think so. And then, checking out this graph, it shows the percentage of home buyers that used an agent or a broker last year. It was done by Collateral Analytics, an independent organization. And one of the problems that FSBOs face is that 90% of agents, and in some cases, 100% in some areas, won't work with for sale by owner because they assume the for sale by owner has a negative view of them or will not be willing to pay their commission. So why deal with that when you could just take your buyer down the street to the same type home, being represented by an agent, where you know you won't have to put in any extra work, like helping the seller with paperwork or walking them through the process, and get paid commission without having to put any pressure on your buyer clients to pay commission because the seller doesn't want to. It wouldn't be worth any agent's time. So looking at this quote from Collateral Analytics, FSBOs tend to sell for lower prices than comparable home sales, and in many cases below the average differential represented by the prevailing commission rate. In short, for sale by owners don't sell their homes for as much money as they would if they had an agent. Yet, most for sale by owners do it because they're trying to avoid paying a commission. Did you know how much the average for sale by owner loses when they sell their home? 17 to 20%. So would you rather, say you're selling your home for 100 grand, would you rather avoid the $6,000 commission, or would you rather take a $20,000 loss? This graph kind of just puts into perspective the difference between a for sale by owner home and an agent represented home. And there's a really good reason why there's such a big difference. I'm going to tell you the story of the 4 types of buyers. There are 4 types of buyers, my friends. The first buyer is a serious buyer in a hurry. They generally have a life-altering situation that is forcing them to buy a home quickly. And they are using a mortgage, a loan, or they have, maybe they have money. Whatever the case may be, they're in a hurry. And because agents have 97% of all the homes on market, they're going to go to agents to get access to the homes faster. So that takes us to the next buyer, who is usually a more relaxed buyer, usually a first-time home buyer, a buyer using a conventional loan or an FHA loan or a VA type loan. These buyers still are highly more likely to go to an agent because of the access to more homes, because the lending company wants them to work with an agent, and because they, in some cases, may need an agent's advice, professional opinion, and their hand held through the buying process. So that leaves the last two types of buyers for the for sale by owner. The third type of buyer, they're a pretty good guy, but they target for sale by owners because they're investors and they are trained. They go to seminars to learn how to negotiate bargain prices out of people that are selling their home unrepresented by an agent. So regardless of how nice these people are, they're not going to pay you market value for your home. It just goes against the entire purpose of them shopping for a home. And the last type buyer isn't really worth mentioning, but they're out there and you're probably going to run into them. And they're the not going to buy anytime soon buyer. They're just people out there window shopping, wasting time. And generally realtors don't even put them in a car to show them the house. But we know what questions to ask them. And some for sale by owners probably know to ask for pre-approval letters and things like that. But are you also going to ask for a lender's phone number? Is the lender going to talk to you? Is the lender going to approve a loan that's going through for sale by owner that doesn't have the same protections, the same guidance as a seller that has an agent? Who knows? Probably not. This is just a quick chart to show you how many people last year that used a real estate agent or a professional in their home buying process, whether it's to buy a home, which is the 89%, or just to get the guidance, advice, or use the professional in some form or fashion, 71%. Again, not a lot of room for sale by owners. So the last thing I want to leave you with is this. If you're thinking of selling your home, keep this in mind. 57% of for sale by owners will end up listing with an agent in 30 days. That leaves 43% of for sale by owners left. Now, on average, only 10% of for sale by owners, probably less, actually end up selling their home. And that's not even breaking them down into the ones that successfully sell their home at a good price versus those that end up selling it at a bargain price. So let's say it is 10%. That leaves the 33% left over that don't sell their home at all. They end up pulling it off the market and keeping it for years out of frustration, and more than likely eventually end up listing it with an agent anyway. So keep that in mind when you think of selling your home.
So I hope that video helps get your mind right when it comes to selling your home. The main message I want to get across in that video is, if you plan to sell your home, even if you try to do it for sale by owner, make sure you call a professional. Alright? Call a professional, get some advice, come up with a good strategy. Most real estate agents would love to help you out, even if you don't sign with them, because they're hoping things don't work out and you will sign with them. But good agents will do it with that same hope, but still give you good advice, because they know that if you do sell it by yourself without their help, at least later you'll give them a referral when someone you know wants to sell a home through an agent. And if you're in the Knoxville area, call me at 865-978-6360 and let's talk about selling your home by owner or selling it with me. It's Christmas Eve, guys, so I want to say Merry Christmas Eve, even though this video probably won't come out for a few weeks. And I'll see y'all later.